You mean to tell me that I waited 8 months, 8 long months, to watch these girls play Jumanji? What's up, you guys? Welcome back to So by Gigi 101. So today I am not giving you a tutorial or a review or anything like that. I'm actually giving you a recap, review, or whatever of the beginning of the end of Pretty Little Liars. And the reason why I say that is because this is the last premiere for the last 10 episodes of the show. Like, can we just talk about how, even though we are glad that this series is finally ending, low-key, we're going to be sad. Just a little bit. Because, I mean, we're going to be sad. Just saying. So, where do I begin? First off, it felt so good to hear the theme song and to hear it with a new episode. I mean, it's very different when you're watching reruns on Netflix or even on Hulu. That theme song isn't the same. But when it's a theme song that you know is leading to a new episode. Okay. So let's just kind of go over really quickly what happened. So it literally picked off exactly where it ended 8 months prior. And that was with Spencer being rushed to the hospital and them meeting her at the hospital and then talking about, like, okay, this could possibly be over because Noel Khan is gone and he's dead and Jenna's MIA, but Jenna's blind, so what is she going to do? And then Mary J completely revealed that she's Spencer's mom, so it's like, okay, well, she wouldn't be the one trying to harm us. Hello. So they don't truly believe that they can now find solace in life, but they're like trying to be optimistic about it, but they know that's not true. And then all of a sudden, like, it skips to everything being okay. If that makes any sense. Like, Spencer's out of the hospital. She's in a brace. We find out that Toby's okay, but we also find out that Yvonne is in a medically induced coma. I mean, I shouldn't smile about that, but anyone out there who's a Spoby fan, you know how I was feeling. Oh, you know how I was feeling. Just that's not it. So that happens, and then frickin' you know who came back? Ezra. And he came back as Arya had packed up all her ish and was leaving, and then he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, bruh. Like, you didn't really just jump on a plane, go see your ex-girlfriend that got lost in the Sahara Desert with no call, no show. You know, if this was a job, you would have gotten fired, right? Like, I'm just trying to figure out his logic. And she's all like, well, I didn't know if I should go or if I should stay. Nobody knew when you were coming back. So he takes her bags and his bags upstairs. So I'm just like, I'm done with you two. Ezra and Arya can just go have several seats over there. Thank you and good night. Then you have Hannah and Caleb, who are restarting their relationship. And Caleb is really encouraging Hannah to get back into her love of fashion, because Hannah is all like, okay, we need to find frickin' Jenna Marshalls. I just want to call her Jenna Marble. We have to find Jenna Marshall. And he's like, remember why we broke up? And he hands her, like, her book of drawings. And she's like, but I'd never let that happen. He's like, no. What I need is for you to get back into your first love, your first passion. So he's trying to encourage her to do that. And she starts to do that with the help of sketchy-ass Mona. Because as much as Mona's a character that we just love to hate. Because, like, she's like the Sour Patch commercial. She should really be the spokesperson for Sour Patch commercials. 1 minute they're sour. You know, running Hannah over. Season, what was that, 1, 2? Next minute, they're sweet. Helping Hannah get her fashion industry thing off the floor. That was happening. Then Emily and Paige are both working at Rosewood High with Allison. Emily got the lead coach position for the swim team, and Paige was the supervisor at athletics. And it was just really weird because, like, Allison, I'm not sure if she was jealous Because, I mean, I can't imagine why else she would hate Paige, except for probably Paige trying to drown Emily, and she has feelings for Emily, but the three of them in that triangle just piss me off. So they're in their own box. They are having several seats next to Ezra and Arya. So there was just all that going back and forth, and of course, Emily was in the middle, and I was actually really surprised, because Emily really took a back seat in this episode. Like, she was really, like, earlier in the season, she was in everybody's business, had something to say about everything, and really irritating me. And now she's just like... But basically what ended up happening was they had a meeting. Allison started throwing high school shade. And Paige kind of wasn't... She was entertaining it, but she was coming back at her like an adult, whereas Allison was acting more catty. And Emily was just over it. You know, Emily was just over it. That's all I can say. So that happened. But again, they can take seats. Yeah, they could just stay over there because nobody's worried about your life. And then, let's see, we covered Hannah, Arya, Allison, and Emily. And now my favorite character, Spencer. Okay, that eye roll though. Just saying. So Spencer gets this package. Like, I mean, and this was only 5 minutes into the episode. She gets this box, and she calls Arya over. And of course, there's like a note saying, "Let's play." And they open it, and it's this Jumanji-looking game. And I mean, look, I get it. I was born in '89. I'm not exactly the youngest chicken in the coop of YouTube. However, anyone who's ever seen Jumanji would know exactly what I mean. The board was set up like Jumanji, Pretty Little Liars edition, and I'm not gonna lie, if they were to really make that board game, I would totally buy it. And so attached to the board game, because they got high tech, was a little like iPhone, and you had to put it in the middle to start the game. I'm telling you, that board looked just like Jumanji. But they had to put it in the middle to start the game, and they all agreed not to. Hannah, being Hannah, just wanted to, like, destroy it. And they're like, no, but let's talk about, like, what caused the game to start. Because, first of all, that really irked me, because it was like, we've only been 10 minutes into the show, and we're already starting with these games. We're already starting with these games. I'm going to need you to all the way not. Can we not? Can you explain what happened in the hospital? But let's talk about what led up, because Spencer was the one who started the game. And at this point, if someone could let me know at what point do these girls realize mixing liquid courage with trying to figure out who A, D, super A squared, A devil is ever a good idea. It's not. But we're going to just keep doing it because we haven't learned anything for the past 7 years. Okay? 7, 8 years. Whatever. So she approaches her mom. Veronica comes home, and Veronica's like, "Oh my gosh, how are you doing?" And she gives her like this really quick play-by-play of everything that happened, and then slipped in, "Oh yeah." And then, you know, Mary Drake came out of nowhere and said she was my mother. Would you like to explain that? And basically, Veronica was beating around the bush, and Spencer's like, I'm gonna need you to tell me that she's lying. So basically what ended up happening was that Veronica explained that Jessica came over one day, and Veronica was throwing so much shade at Jessica De Laurentiis, which we can all understand why, but I mean, girl, she had me weak. So she's like, she came over talking about all her unstable relatives. Like, I don't know why she would care that I would care. Like, I don't know why she would think I would care about them. But I. And she mentioned that she had a twin sister, and that she was having a baby, but that she was in Radley, and that, she wanted, if she could take the baby. So as it turns out is that Mary Drake pretended to be Jessica to hook up with Spencer's father to get back at Jessica and the Hastings, and she ended up getting pregnant while she was in Radley. Now, question number 1, how does she get out of Radley to plot this? Because hasn't she been in Radley for a long time? Maybe I'm wrong, but someone let me know in the comments down below. So Spencer was more mortified at the fact that her mother stayed with her father after he done cheated on her twice and got 2 other women pregnant. This man has 3 kids by 3 different women. You tell me black men and white men ain't different. They all dogs. Not all of y'all, but some of y'all. Just saying. So Spencer's more like dumbfounded by that. And Veronica's like, it doesn't matter. Like, none of that matters. Like, you're mine. And she's like, no, you're not my mother. I don't know anything about who I am. Da 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 da. And then I'm sure it was freaking her out because she spent time in Radley, and now she's probably thinking nature versus nurture because she's Spencer. And it was just, it was not a fun time for Spencer. And it was actually really heartbreaking to see them go through that because, like, I love Spencer. And I think even if I didn't like Spencer, just that's such a delicate topic. And it must really suck to find out that the woman who mothered you this whole entire time isn't your mother. And it's not even, like, most people just be like, so what? She raised you. That's your mom. But it's different because they don't hold a genetic bond to you. So therefore, anything that they might have mentally or physically is not passed down to you. And you essentially don't know who you are because genetically, the person who raised you isn't like a genetic part of you, if that makes any sense. I don't know. But, like, that was just heartbreaking. And then, of course, like I said, Liquid Courage, going back to that, Spencer got drunk and she decided to play the game. Let's pause right here, and can someone please explain to me who is charging this iPhone for this game? Because you cannot tell me that this iPhone stayed fully charged until they waited to play the game. And they definitely waited a few days. Just saying. So, of course, it was a truth or dare question. And she was going to go for truth, and she stopped. And she decided to pick dare. Because I think we've all learned with it's always easier to take a dare than to tell a truth. Because telling a truth means that you have to show your real colors and be honest about something. Which a lot of these girls don't like to do, apparently. Just saying. So the dare was to go see Toby and she would get a prize. So she went to go see Toby, which was actually a very tame dare. Okay. She went to go see Toby and see, she went to go see how he was doing, this, that, and the third. And they talk about Yvonne and blah, 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 blah. And she comes home and now this was a tweak to the Jumanji game. They had tweaked it where it was almost like an arcade game, like how tickets are dispensed. An envelope was dispensed, and it was apparently this letter that Mary Drake had written while she was in Radley, addressed to her child. It just was addressed to my dearest, and she explained that she was born out of hatred because she, in fact, got with Jason Hastings. Wait, is his name Jason Hastings? Whatever the father's name is, to get back at her sister and to get back at the Hastings for being ridiculous, and it backfired, and that she hoped that her child would someday soon be able to forgive her. Now, Mary Drake is missing. No one knows where she went, and all we know about Jenna is that Jenna, which we all saw at the ending of the last episode for the mid-season, so confusing, she was dragged off by AD. Now, Jenna's blind, so that doesn't mean ish. Doesn't mean anything. So this episode, it just happened so quick, everything. And oh yeah, let's just talk about one other thing about the irrelevance of Arya and Ezra. She's still planning a wedding because Hannah convinced her to do so. And Holden, if you don't remember, the guy that she met, that she was sneaking off with to go see Ezra, pretending like she was with him many a seasons ago. His sister is the one that is the owner of this party planning place that she was looking at for the wedding. And while they were together, Ezra came in and said, oh, Nicole's parents called and they need me to go to New York. And he runs off. And so Holden's like, who's Nicole? And it was just a really awkward situation. Like, it was such an awkward situation. That's why I said they need to go sit over there, because I cannot deal with their child molesting, inappropriate student teacher, get out of my face life relationship. I just can't deal with them, because Arya was stupid forever thinking that getting involved, especially romantically and engagement and marriage wise, with a man that is as screwed up as Ezra over Nicole was ever a good idea. It just wasn't. So poo poo on you. Okay, just go sit down over there. You're giving me a migraine. So you two just sit over there. Go off, away from the camera. No one cares about y'all. It's just not. But yeah, so many things happened in this episode, you guys, that it wasn't even that so many things happened. It was more so that it all happened so fast. And it was almost like that episode it was almost like when your friend is trying to tell you a story of what happened and they're talking really, really fast, and it's a very long story. However, she's talking so fast and telling you so much information that it seems like she was only talking for 5 minutes, or he. Yeah, that's what happened with this episode. So my overall thought of the episode, I was super excited that Pretty Little Liars was back. I was super sad that it ended so quickly. And number 3, we started the beginning of the end off with even more questions. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, because when that package, even when we saw that package, I was like, I'm over it, because you're starting this so soon, literally 10 minutes into the show, and you're starting the shenanigans. I'm over it. Stick a fork in me, I'm done. However, my nosiness, my curiosity, if you will, made me stay and watch the whole episode, and I'm really, really interested in seeing how Spencer's story is gonna play out. I still want to know who AD is. I want to know what is AD the acronym for. And I like how it ended, because Spencer called the girls over to let them know that she had played the game, and of course they were super pissed because they all decided they wouldn't play the game. And Hannah went to go stab it. I don't know why Hannah is so ghetto. I guess going through all this, she's just fed up, and she's like, I'm just ready to shoot everybody up until this is done with. But a message popped up again on this iPhone that nobody ever seems to charge, and it says, now that it was a video of them digging up Allison's ex-husband, and it was like, now that you started, you can't stop. Winner takes all. And they're like, what does that mean? Ain't it obvious? The winner is going to take all the blame. They're going to take all the blame. That's what that means. Y'all, as irritated, Pretty Little Liars, sometimes it gets me so irritated, but I still love it. I still love it, you guys. I still love it. So this video is going on long enough, and I'm just going to stop this video here. So if you guys saw it, please let me know in the comments down below what you thought, what was your favorite part, what annoyed you the most, and let's have a conversation about what we hope to see ending off the series, saying goodbye to a generation, to a show. I really want to know. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more like it, or if you enjoyed me and you want to see more from me, then you should definitely be part of the GG My Stimmer Pod and come swimming with us on all of our adventures. How might you do that? You're probably wondering. Well, it's simple. All you have to do is rate, comment, subscribe, and share, because sharing is caring. And I'll be seeing you in my next video. Let us know, share. Bye.